Ever scrolled through your news feed and wondered, is this story true? Is this outlet trustworthy? You're not alone. In a world where misinformation spreads faster than ever, figuring out which sources to trust is more critical than ever. But what if we could train AI to do the detective work for us? Today, we're diving into a groundbreaking study that uses large language models to analyze news media, like figuring out if a website leans left, right, or somewhere in between, and whether their reporting is solid or shaky. So how does this work? Let's start with the basics. Traditional fact-checking is like a detective chasing every clue, time-consuming, labor-intensive, and often overwhelmed by the sheer volume of news. This research takes a different approach. Instead of checking every article, they focus on the source itself. Think of it as evaluating the DNA of a news outlet, not just its individual stories. Here's the clever part. They trained AI models to act like professional fact-checkers. By asking targeted questions like, does Fox News support Trump? Or how does BBC cover Russian politics? The AI starts to spot patterns. It's like giving a robot a fact-checker's toolkit, but instead of sifting through hundreds of articles, it learns to recognize the bigger picture. But how do they know the AI is right? The team didn't guess. They built a massive dataset called MBFC, combining expert labels from fact-checking sites with AI-generated insights. This allowed them to test and refine their method, showing that their approach outperforms older techniques. For example, when the AI analyzed outlets like the New York Times or Breitbart, it could predict their political leanings with surprising accuracy, like a compass pointing north. But here's the twist, even AI isn't perfect. The study found that models tend to favor popular or US-based outlets, a reminder that bias can sneak in even in the most advanced systems. However, by using expert-driven prompts, like clear definitions of what left or right means on 16 topics, researchers created a more systematic way to evaluate sources. It's like giving the AI a roadmap instead of just a guess. And the best part, the team is sharing their dataset and code with the world. Why? Because this isn't just about one study. It's about empowering everyone, from journalists to everyday users, to build better tools for spotting misinformation. So next time you read a headline, remember, the source matters. And thanks to this work, we're one step closer to understanding why. Stay curious and keep questioning what you read. Ever wonder how media outlets shape our understanding of politics? Let's dive into a fascinating study that used AI to decode the hidden fingerprints of news bias. Imagine a world where a computer could analyze thousands of news articles and figure out not just what they're saying, but why, and even spot patterns that humans might miss. That's exactly what these researchers did. They started with a massive dataset, over 3,600 media entries, each labeled as high factuality or low factuality. Some outlets, like the Vancouver Times, got a confusing -1 score, meaning the AI couldn't even classify them. But others, like Fox News, were a different story. The AI confidently labeled them as right-leaning. And here's the twist. The researchers even tested if the AI could guess an outlet's bias just from its name. Like trying to guess someone's politics from their username, wild right. But this isn't just about labeling. The real breakthrough: understanding why biases emerge. For example, right-leaning outlets often question climate science or push for stricter immigration rules, while left-leaning ones focus on social safety nets and environmental protections. These aren't random opinions, they're patterns revealed by data. Take Fox News, for instance. Their coverage of 15 key policy areas. A consistent right-leaning lens. On taxes, they favor lower rates and fewer regulations. On education, they highlight homeschooling over public schools. Environment. Skepticism about climate change. Social issues. Opposition to same-sex marriage. Gun rights. A top priority. Healthcare. Skepticism of government programs. Immigration. Stricter borders. This isn't just about policies, it's about a philosophy. Limited government, free markets, personal responsibility. But here's the thing, AI isn't perfect. It struggles with nuance, and some outlets defy easy labels. So what's the takeaway? This research shows how AI can help us spot trends in media, but it's not a magic bullet. It's a tool, not a verdict. And in a world flooded with information, understanding these patterns is key. Because media doesn't just report the news, it shapes the story we all live by. Next time you watch a news segment, ask yourself, what's the story here and whose perspective is shaping it? The insights from this study remind us that critical thinking isn't just a skill, it's a necessity. Stay curious and keep questioning what you read.